NXT. It's revolutionary, groundbreaking, motivating, breathtaking, heartwarming, freaking awesome. Since its reincarnation from the crappy game show version of NXT back in 2010, NXT has been the ultimate form of wrestling. Not just sports entertainment, wrestling. It has had so many people, so many great wrestlers come and gone. It is now no longer considered developmental. It is now considered a third brand of WWE. And there have been plenty of matches in NXT. On TakeOver and on NXT TV. And everybody wants to know which one is the best. So today, this week, from Monday through Friday, I'm going to be counting down the top 50 greatest NXT matches of all time. And at number 50, Pete Dunne versus Kyle O'Reilly from June 13th, 2018. One of the most recent NXT TV matches that happened this year. And Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly put on one of the best matches I have ever seen. A lot of great action, reversals for a reversal, great offense, great back and forth action. Two of the best workers of the current NXT roster putting it on the line for the UK Championship tournament. For the UK Championship. This match deserves to be number 50 because Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly are one of the best wrestlers in the world, and they proved it in this match. Number 49, American Alpha versus the Revival from TakeOver Dallas. Now, right now, TakeOver Dallas is considered one of the best takeovers of all time. And this match, this opener match for the tag team titles, was amazing. Now, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan went from being a backstage joke to one of the best tag teams of all time in NXT history. And it wasn't until something called the main roster happened. But either way, this match between them and the Revival at TakeOver Dallas was amazing. So much great action. It told an amazing story, and it was such an emotional moment for two amateur wrestlers like Jordan and Gable to finally win tag team titles in that kind of setting. Number 48, Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe from March 9th, 2016. Now, NXT is an hour long on the WWE Network. But, man, Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn managed to pull the entire hour. They went the entire episode of NXT. There were even matches scheduled for that taping, but they never aired because Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn spent that entire episode of NXT TV in 2 out of 3 Falls match. Okay, now Sami already showed up on Raw in the previous week, so we all know that Joe was winning this. But man, did it tell an amazing story. Sami just came back from injury after being injured by Kevin Owens. And this was a 2 out of 3 Falls match, so already you know it was going to be good. Joe won the first fall. Joe won the first fall. Sami won the second fall. And man, they pulled off an hour of excellence. Number 47, Finn Balor versus Neville and NXT TakeOver Rival. Now, this was during the finals of the NXT Championship Tournament. But, man, Finn Balor and Neville pulled on one of the best matches of NXT I've ever seen. Two of the best workers to come out of NXT put off an amazing match. Demon Finn Balor, the veteran Neville. It was an amazing setting, and it was an amazing match. Capping off with Finn Balor being the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship. Number 46, Charlotte versus Natalya and NXT TakeOver. Now, this is the finals of the NXT Women's Championship Tournament. after Paige vacated the NXT Women's Championship after moving to the main roster. But man, this match told an amazing story. Charlotte Flair, the daughter of Ric Flair. Natalya, the niece of Bret Hart. What made that match memorable was that Bret Hart and Ric Flair were even at ringside for that match. Two of the best female workers in the company right now, Charlotte and Natalya, really started the women's generation, the women's revolution for NXT. Not in the main roster, but NXT. And it all started in this match. Number 45, Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne at NXT TakeOver Chicago 1. Man, it's like every time these two are in the ring together, they manage to wow us every time they fight. This match is for the United Kingdom Championship Tournament at NXT TakeOver Chicago, and man, did they put on one of the greatest matches. It actually won NXT Match of the Year that year. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates, 2/3 of British Strong Style. They don't have to tell the story that they are friends or that they are enemies. Every time they're in the ring, they pull off absolute magic. And this match really showed it all. There was even a point where they were acting like they were boxing with each other. Hey. Moves we have never seen Tyler Bate do before. Man, this match was just awesome. It totally deserves to be in this list. Number 44, Austin Aries vs Shinsuke Nakamura, NXT TakeOver The End. It's really sad what WWE did to Austin Aries. They wasted a complete awesome talent, and they didn't even give him the chance to shine, because he can pull off amazing matches, and he proved it in this match with Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT TakeOver The End. This was billed as a dream match. Now, both these guys just arrived in NXT on the same night at NXT TakeOver Dallas. And I was waiting for these two to go at it, and when they finally went at it, I was amazed. Like, Nakamura and Austin Aries, they pulled off an amazing match. They told an amazing story, like who was the better one, Nakamura or Aries. Man, I will never forget this. This is probably one of my best Austin Aries in WWE match of all time. Number 43, Finn Balor vs Kevin Owens, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1. Kevin Owens' career in NXT was a very confusing one. He was only in there for 5 months, and then he got called up right away without dropping the NXT Championship. Now that has never happened before. Every time an former NXT champion gets called up, they immediately drop the belt to someone else. But Kevin Owens, this was different. Although, he didn't have a great match while he was NXT champion. I mean, when he dropped the NXT championship from Finn Balor at Japan, but then they pulled off an amazing match, an amazing ladder match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1. Now, we all know Finn was winning this. We all knew that Finn was winning this. But, man, to see these two go at it in the second only ladder match that has happened, and, well, the third ladder match that has only happened in NXT, Finn Balor and Kevin Owens pulled off absolute greatness in this. And I think probably one of Finn Balor's greatest NXT demon entrance during this match. He had one of the best demon entrances in this match of all time. Number 42, Bayley vs Sasha Banks, NXT TakeOver Respect. Somebody would have to have been an idiot if they didn't include this match and their match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1 in the top 50 greatest matches of NXT history. Now, this match is memorable for so many things. One, it told an amazing story between Sasha and Bayley. Two, it was the first time 2 women have ever made an NXT takeover. And 3, this match, it continued the story where Bayley was champion. She was just beginning her reign as NXT champion, women's champion, and Sasha wanted to take it all away from her. But man, Sasha Banks managed to pull off one more great match until leaving for the main roster. The Sasha and Bayley feud now may be okay, but NXT, it was awesome. And this match, and it culminated with this match. Number 41, The Undisputed Era versus Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch from May 16th, 2018. Now, this is one of the most recent 6-man tag team matches that happened on NXT TV. But man, this match was awesome. Now, Burch and Lorcan were already number 1 contenders for the NXT tag team titles by this point. And them, along with Pete Dunne, managed to pull off one of the best 6-man tag matches I've ever seen on NXT. There was also even one part in that match when the Undisputed Era was about to punch all 3 of them. They all caught their fists. Burch, Lorcan, and Dunne caught their fists and just broke their fingers all at the same time. Either way, there was a lot of back and forth action. If you haven't seen this match, watch it right now because it is amazing. Actually, click off this video. Well, don't click it off right now, but when this video is done, watch that match because it is awesome. Well, that's gonna do it for the first 10 of this list. Join me next time. Join me tomorrow. I will count down the top growth matches of NXT numbers 40 to 31. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.